Hey guys, this is going to be the second Squad 5.0 update review of the second new faction, the People's Liberation Army Navy Marine Corps. Let's get right into it. And I just want to start out by prefacing that there is very few difference between the Navy Marine Corps PLA and the normal PLA, which is kind of sad to see. I was hoping we would see some more difference in something besides just the vehicles and the uniforms, but I guess beggars can't be choosers. Anyway, starting off with the squad leader kit. It's the exact same as the normal one. We have the QBZ with the iron sights, the hollow, and the magnified sight. It's just your typical squad leader kit. Nothing really else has changed. Let's move on to the next. In both the lead crewman and lead pilot kits, we also have no changes that I'm aware of. And moving on to the medic, it's your standard PLA medic QBZ with both the iron sights and the magnified sight. Would have liked to have a hollow here to maybe make something different, but can't have everything, I guess. Alright, for the next, the crewman kit. It is pretty much the same as the regular. Once again, it's nothing special. I don't know why they really felt the need to include this in the game when you don't get anything but a couple new vehicles, but I guess we just have to again take what we can get. Alright, moving on to the automatic rifleman. We have their weapon, the QBU, I believe, light squad machine gun. Again, much of the same, just the iron sights, sidearm. You get a grenade, which is nice, but without a sight, not a whole lot of fun. We have the nice unarmed class doing a classic A pose there for us. Anyway, moving on. Next automatic rifleman. This one gets the scope, but you lose out on a grenade. That's kind of a fair trade-off, I guess, for right now in game, the way it works. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to the Grenadier. This is one of the better Grenadier classes, in my opinion, because you get a nice big magnification scope. You get your 10 HE. In this case, we have different colored smokes. We have the white, the blue, and the red, unlike the VDV, who only gets the white smokes. And next we have the LAT class with the red dot and the... Actually, do we get a red dot? That's strange. It shows a red dot here, but not on the... That has an iron sight. That's strange. Hopefully that'll get fixed. I think it's... I don't know which it's supposed to be, actually, but it just shows the iron sights. But anyway, we only get one shot, which really stinks to me. I wish their LAT got more than one shot, because with some of the other ones, you get multiple. You get frag rounds and an HE. This one, unfortunately, all we get is one shot. And the magnified scope, much the same thing. One shot, you get a grenade, but I would much rather have something like 2 fragmentation rounds for an RPG-7 or something like that. So overall, not a very great LAT class. I wish they would have changed something there. Marksman class, we get their DMR. I'm not a big fan of this DMR. I don't like the scope. It takes a bit to get used to. It's some weird markings on it, but I guess when you get used to it, it isn't bad. It's just your normal marksman. Moving on to machine gun, we get their version of it. Get the sidearm, and that's really about it. Nothing else in this class. Nice machine gun though, and it does come with an optic, which is always nice to have. Alright, starting off, we have the Chinese hat kit. This is a normal Chinese hat kit. Really nothing special here. No changes. Wish, again, we got some more shots. Maybe just one more of the HE or something would make it a lot better in my opinion. But beggars, again, can't be choosers. Moving on to the engineer. You get the QBZ with, hey, a red dot. That's at least okay, I guess. Your timed explosive, your 30 seconds, I think, of TNT, your anti-tank mines, and your buildables. I wish they would have found some, at least maybe new buildables to put in with these new combat engineers, because otherwise I find them, frankly, to be kind of boring. Anyway, let's go hop in a vehicle. And the first new vehicle added for the PLANMC is the ZTD-05 mobile gun system. This thing is big. It is probably the largest vehicle in the game. You're not hiding this thing anywhere, especially with the blue camo, which is kind of unfortunate considering the blue camo in itself is a debuff. Now you're the largest vehicle in the game with a tank cannon. Not going to be easy to hide anywhere. It comes equipped with a 105mm gun, as you can see here using it. It's okay. Range is okay. Pretty easy to use, self-explanatory. I don't think it's really that much different than the normal tank gun that they get. But it also comes with the high explosive and other things like the machine gun and smoke launchers, which will, I guess, help you a little bit if you're trying to get away after your scene, which will happen. But interesting vehicle. I've yet to really see anyone use it. It'll be interesting to see how it gets played. Next up, we have the ZTD-05 Amphibious Invasion IFV. This is essentially the same hull as the last one, but with the turret of the IFV we've previously seen, the ZBL-08. That's with the normal PLA unit. I think there's no difference between the turrets. One's wheeled, one is tracked. Again, I'm not thoroughly impressed with this vehicle just because, again, it's so big. You're not going to hide it anywhere. Although one nice little thing about it is you do get a tow missile, which I was very happy to see. It also comes with the AP and the HE. I believe it's 30mm if I'm not mistaken. 25-30. I can't remember if it's 25 or 30. But the very cool thing about this is that you don't only get one tow missile, you get two, those little missiles on the side. And I seem to be using it here, I believe, on a tank. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. And we'll fire one away, and it works just as intended. This does give it a little bit of an advantage, I think, over tanks if you can get good positioning. The problem is this thing's not very fast, and I don't think it can go faster than some tanks. It's from using this thing, it's just very slow. Good luck trying to get any tanks with this thing. And also comes equipped with smoke launchers once again. Moving on, we've already seen this in game. It's the wheeled IFV. Same thing as we just saw, same turret. It's got the two tow missiles, not tows, but wire guided or something like along those lines. Missiles on the top. Moving on to the next. These are, I think, the same thing, but without the missiles on the side. So I guess just to make things fair, I'm not really sure. Moving on to the next. We've already seen this in game. I think this is the ZSL 10 with like the anti-aircraft cannon mounted to the top. Well, this time we get a same thing, but on the ZSD-05 hull, open top. Not something I really care to use. And then we get another ZBD. I think this is the logistics one. Finally, we have the smaller transports, the Humvee types with an RWS, an HMG, and an LMG. And finally, their transports trucks, armed and unarmed, and the Logi. And the last vehicles we then have to get to are going to be the helicopter. I think it's the exact same except like a radar dome slapped on it, and maybe the front's a little different, and they put a new paint scheme on it. Along with the tail also now having the, I guess, indentations or markings for it to be foldable. I'm not sure what to call it. But either way, that is all the new content coming with the Squad 5.0 update for the PLA Navy Marine Corps. So a little bit of my final thoughts on this. I'm not as impressed as I was with the VDV. This was, frankly, it almost seems rushed. It's more just a reskin with like a vehicle hull and maybe like the turret on top of that one. Otherwise, it is not really that interesting. You get a uniform which is highly visible. You get vehicle camos which are highly visible. The new hull is also absolutely ginormous. It's the biggest in the game. You aren't hiding it anywhere. It's going to be harder to get it in some of those tougher to reach spots. So good luck to all my Chinese vehicle crews out there, I guess. You're going to be you're gonna be suffering. No new weapons or guns, no class changes, I don't believe. So I don't really see what the point of this edition is. Other than it's a reskin with one new vehicle type, which is not really, I think, worth introducing a new faction for. Which is kind of disappointing, but let me know your guys' thoughts down below. That's it for today. I thank you guys for watching this video.